Introducing first the challengers, at a total combined weight of 409 pounds, John Cronica and Robert Beverly, the franchise players.
We welcome everybody officially to the latest PWX NWA East DVD release. This is Christmas Chaos 2 at ringside. I am Joe Dombrowski, joined at the moment by the esteemed veteran analyst of Pro Wrestling Express, Mr. Bob Wilhelm. And we're going to start this night off hot with tag team championship action from the NWA.
This is great, Joe. We're going to have the NWA North American Tag Team Championship defended right here, kicking the night off. And you saw Sean Patrick earlier addressing some situations with some champions we have around here who aren't necessarily honoring their commitments as champions. And somewhere along the line, he felt the North American tag belts needed to be addressed first.
John Cronick and Robert Beverly, to my knowledge, still not officially on the PWX roster, but keep showing up and sticking their faces into everybody else's business and getting matches out of it. And it seems like these franchise players here may be set to make a big-time statement and big-time step in the NWA if they can defeat the reigning North American Tag Team Champions.
Their opponents, at a total combined weight of 396 pounds, they are the reigning and defending National Wrestling Alliance North American Tag Team Champions, the team of First Class, Brandon Kay and Sterling James Keenan.
Well, Joe, here come the champs.
Brandon Kay and Sterling James Keenan captured the North American Tag Team Championship from the wrong crowd during a wild impromptu encounter a couple of months ago. However, with Brandon Kay and SJK more focused on their singles careers, justifiably so, we have not seen them defend the North American Tag Team Championship yet, hardly if at all. Could there...
Joe, I don't know how you could say justifiably so in that. They are the NWA North American Tag Team Champions. I don't see any gold around either one of their waists any more important than that.
Well, that is very true. Sterling James Keenan, of course, has his sights set on the heavyweight championship. Brandon Kay may be looking towards the national title. However, we now see these men not prepared, barely or not at all dressed to compete, and they are being fighting champions here tonight. They had a challenge, step up to the plate in the franchise players, and we'll see how they fare in this matchup.
Yeah, this could be a case of the champs taking the challengers a little lightly, Joe. They just kind of stepped right in and said, all right, go to the ring. We'll fight you right now. We don't care. They don't even have their gear with them tonight.
The bell has sounded. We are underway. And certainly not the way we expected to kick off this evening of NWA East action, but certainly a welcome addition to the first part of our show here. As the championships are given to Tony Summers, this matchup starts right away with Cronica and Robert Beverly hammering away on Sterling James Keenan and Brandon Kane. You can see the determination of the franchise players to make a big-time statement here. John Cronica was shunned from this organization thanks to the wrongdoings of his former tag partner. And Brandon Kay gets dropped face first. Cronica looking to show that he started anew with a new tag partner, Robert Beverly, who gets two on Brandon Kay.
Now he's got a front face lock on Brandon Kay, and it looks like the franchise players are going to try to separate Brandon Kay from the pair, kind of pull him off to the side a la Horseman style, and just work on one man here.
Cutting off the ring at its hypotenuse. And it remains to be seen how successful they're going to be as time goes on here. Certainly much easier said than done with time-tested veterans like Brandon Kay and Sterling, who, even though we have not seen them team very much lately, they know each other very, very well.
Sure, these guys know each other for years. In fact, Brandon may have been even involved in Sterling's training, when he first cracked into the wrestling world. And now he's been all over the world, as you know. And Brandon Kay into the corner. Franchise players keeping the quick tags going here, Joe.
And you can tell the players have prepared for the biggest match of their young careers. Springboard elbow by John Cronica for a near fall.
Brandon trying to get to the corner, but he's not able to get there yet. Sterling kind of with a half-hearted reach out. It really looks like these guys aren't taking this matchup seriously.
Well, that's a big-time mistake then. I mean, even though the players have not earned their way back onto the roster yet, they're a force to be reckoned with here. Robert Beverly, I've seen him a number of times compete in Ohio. He is really impressing me, really coming into his own very, very well. John Kronika, we've seen his success here in the tag team division with the tag team championship. He's a commodity. If Brandon K and SJK look past this, they may not have the titles much longer.
No, they'll definitely lose them to these guys. As you mentioned earlier, they just keep showing up and getting one more match. They keep sticking their nose in one more business. And here they are at the top of the ladder. They're getting a shot at the NWA North American Tag Team Champions. If they win these belts, that kind of supersedes a contract here at the NWA East. They're working for the NWA now.
Double handful of hair. And how can PWX management, NWA East management, not want to have the North American Tag Team Champions under contract? This is the players' one step to greatness and one step to a regular secure spot on this roster again.
Sure, and you know that Sean Patrick's got to be tapping on Jim Miller's shoulder saying we need to sign these guys because it's time. It really is. Like them or not, it's time.
Oh, I'm very surprised they have not been inked to a deal, but that shows you the negative taste in the proverbial mouths of the NWA East locker room that Kronika's former partner left, and he's got to rebuild, and he's got to change his image here, but he's done a great job with Beverly, and you see once again had Brandon K trapped for a near fall.
Yeah, we haven't seen SJK in this matchup yet other than right at the beginning, and there he goes right back out to the floor again.
Great tag team offense here, great combos, ending with the face plant. There's a cover to Endo.
Brandon K able to kick out, but he's got to be run out of the gas here.
Without question.
Franchise players with another tag.
Robert Beverly hurt himself a little bit there, but certainly got to feel it's worth it. For two young men in their very early 20s, if that, this is a career-defining moment if they can overcome the reigning champions. And Brandon K comes back with a clothesline. Second time, Beverly's down.
He should be using this time to go get tagged out of here, though.
Beverly tried to trip up Brandon K. Did not work. This is the first bit of offense that we've seen from Brandon K this entire contest. Ed K with a driver. Takes down Robert Beverly.
He's got to get the tag here, Joe. He's got to do it now.
K knew he didn't have enough strength to follow through with an effective cover, but does he know where his corner is? Does he know where Sterling is? He looks confused and discombobulated, and he tripped over Beverly in trying to get to Sterling. Beverly
Still didn't get the tag.
has Brandon K. Kronika comes in. Oh, wait a second. This could be time for the instant replay, but Brandon K with a counter. Sterling with a shot. And Brandon K is taking care of this whole thing by himself.
Oh, and that would look like the players DDT'd each other.
Kronika and Beverly were tangled up, and Brandon K capitalized to take both athletes down. Smart maneuvering, but he's got to get that tag buff.
Yeah, this is it. If he doesn't do it now, he never will. Both players are down. There it is.
SJK, hell is empty. The devil has hit the ring. A former heavyweight champion is going to work on both Kronika and Beverly.
Big European uppercuts here in the corner. Brandon K just kind of steps aside, catching his breath.
Look out here. Oh. Miscommunication by the players. The back heel trip. The Anaconda Vice. Will Kronika tap?
Kronika's going to tap.
He did it. That's it. Still the champions.
Joe, here comes Scottie Gash.
Oh, no. And he's not alone. Mantis.
Down goes Brandon K.
James Ross.
Joe.
Shirley Doe. The troops have arrived on a night where it is match number 3 in the best of 3 series. The fate of this faction, the fate of this company will be determined by the end of tonight, and they're already striking on Sterling and Brandon K. This is unprovoked.
2 months ago, we laid it out for him, Joe. Scottie Gash and his guys. James Ross, who we now know as Bobby Williams. Shirley Doe. Let's hear what Gash got going here. Is he going to say something or not?
How do you like it to end Jim Miller? When I get to beat you in the process? How do you feel? Let's do an interview for the crowd. Come on. How do you feel?
Gash making reference to match number 3. Him and Sterling James Keenan.
That's right. We have an assault here. We need some more help out here.
We're starting our match now.
What?
No. Brandon Kay and Chris Taylor are trying to hit the ring.
Well, they're wait, inside cradle. What? That's it.
That's it.
What?
Sterling James Keenan.
Not only in the match, but in the best 3 of 3 series, Team NWA East, represented by Sterling James Keenan.
Come on, Joe, give it up.
I got it in a matter of seconds. SJK,
Keenan screwed Scottie Gash.
the very cerebral Sterling James Keenan, in a few seconds has ended this months-long war. And NWA East is safe, and Gash has got to stay.
And welcome back. You, my friend, are now signed to the NWA East. There will be no competitors from 10 minutes down the road for you to worry about. You now, sir, are owned by us.
That's right, Sean. You tell him.
Friend Shirley Doe, the man who's been gone for 10 years. That is someone I'm very happy to see back. We're going to have a lot of plans for him, too. Oh, there he is. Welcome. Everybody, welcome, Shirley Doe. There we go. All right, on to a serious matter. I have a special gift for all the fans of the NWA East. Tonight, we're having a special Christmas Chaos match. In that match will be every person that holds a title, and every title will be on the line. Somebody's going to be leaving here a double champion, and someone is going to be leaving here without their title. So Merry Christmas to our great fans at NWA East. Thank you.
Wow, what a bombshell. The championship committee said some changes would be taking place here tonight. And as Sean Patrick just said, every title will be on the line later on tonight. And we will have that big main event coming up for you here on Christmas Chaos 2 in just a little later here on tonight.
Can you believe what we've seen? Scottie Gash and company have to stay in the promotion that they claim is disrespected for them for so long, but I have a feeling the disrespect hasn't even begun yet for them. It's time for karma to set in. Christmas Chaos match later tonight, and how are Gash, Doe, Mantis, and Ross going to coexist in the locker room they've tried to destroy?
Not only that, imagine Christmas dinner at the Miller House this year.
And imagine what we've got still to come tonight. More action still to come.
Please welcome my guest at this time to be accompanied to the ring by his bodyguard, Big Dom, and also Crystal Frost. He is one half of the NWA East Tag Team Champions, Mr. Ashton Amherst.
Ashton Amherst here representing the tag team champions. Of course, Amherst and Patrick Hayes are the reigning title holders.
And we have not seen those defended either recently.
And Patrick Hayes is not even here tonight, and that's suspicious in its own right.
Right, and now, I guess that means Amherst will be in the main event tonight, defending and representing the tag team champions.
Apparently he will be the rep. And we see Big Dom. We see Crystal Frost. And we're about to be joined by Ashton Amherst, who's had his problems in recent months with WTAE News sports anchor JB John Burton. And we've seen, a number of physical altercations between the two over the past several months. Of course, John Burton very close with Sterling James Keenan, who trained Ashton. But when Ashton turned on Sterling, John Burton was seemingly caught in the middle.
Yeah, he wasn't really caught in the middle. He openly sided with Sterling James Keenan. John Burton going through a little bit of a training himself, being a fan and a lover of the wrestling world as he is. He and Ashton Amherst obviously didn't click in the training room either. John Burton not with us here tonight in Baltimore, representing WTAE. Steeler game tomorrow.
To what do we owe this pleasure of seeing?
You got to turn the mic on.
I'll tell you when you're done. You're done. Hit the bricks.
my heart. I know it's pretty cold in here tonight, and unfortunately, the hottest man in professional wrestling, my tag team partner Patrick Hayes, has better things to do than be in McKeesport, Pennsylvania. And the next man I'm going to talk about is a loser just like you, the McKeesport Tigers football team, and everybody that lives in this town. And that's Channel 4's John Burton. Yeah, okay. Well, I got news for you. The last time I was here, John Burton was left-legged. And I have it on good authority that not only will John Burton never be back in PWX, I have it on good authority that John Burton quit his job and hightailed it to Baltimore so he can become a Ravens fan.
That's not true.
He's in Baltimore because the game's tomorrow.
So the new plan is, you got something to say? You want to get in the ring? Then sit there and shut your mouth. The new plan is this. I'm in an old champions match. Right here tonight in the main event. And the bottom line is, as much as I love being your tag team champion, I much more enjoy all of you having to stand up and respect me as your next heavyweight champion.
That could happen tonight.
It's a real possibility. What about the North American, or the NWA National Heavyweight
Because
Champion?
in about 2 hours, you're going to find out what you find out every time I'm here.
That he's not lucky. He's just that damn good.
That's when you hit the music.
Ashton Amherst, no shortage of confidence here this evening, but going into the Christmas Chaos Champion matchup, there's going to be, 6 or 7 athletes in there, all vying for the same thing, to steal somebody's championship. And
He's going to be facing the cream of the crop. So to come out here and say he's going to win the heavyweight championship, you know what? He better feel that way, or he's going to get hurt and lose his belt in that match. But I tell you what, he's in there against the best of the best. So it's not going to be that much of a cakewalk. And his confidence is oozing tonight.
Don't forget, we have NWA East officials keeping a close eye on each and every one of you during every match here tonight. And at the end of the night, we will have a prize, a Christmas gift for the rowdiest fan in attendance. So keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. That means you need to be louder than he is. And that means that he needs to be louder than he is. And that means she needs to be louder than he is. You gonna be loud? No. Wow, okay. That's what we want to hear. Ladies and gentlemen, the following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing team number 1, making their NWA East debut at a total combined weight of 432 pounds. Vicious Billy Stone and Ruthless Rick Rumsky. They are called the Rare Breed.
Couple of young guys from the state of West Virginia, Buff, looking to make a big-time debut, looking to make their mark, similar to what we saw with the franchise players earlier. But this is the first time we've seen these gentlemen, Rick Rumsky and Vinny Stone, and you know as well as I do, Buff, it's very, very tough to get into the doors of NWA East. Do they have what it takes? We're going to find out.
Yeah, you're right, Joe. We know really very little about these guys other than the fact that they've picked out a set of opponents to make a name against. The Straight Jacket Mafia are going to be taking these guys on, former tag team champions. The best way to get noticed is to beat the former champs. They're not picking on, two guys that are just thrown together to see what they can do.
Oh, absolutely not. And those are two very unstable individuals, Apollyon and Sean Dahmer. Certainly, what do you even say about those guys?
that we haven't already said over the last 2 years?
Apollyon is mentally sick. He's a dangerous individual. Sean Dahmer, not only is he nuts, he's probably the most unsanitary athlete in PWX. This guy takes a bath once a week, whether he needs it or not.
Yeah, well, he's got one marble and it rolls around. The one thing, hey, Joe, did these guys bring referee Sling Blade with them? Where'd this guy come from? Look at him. Give me some of that potted meat.
Let's go over to Tony Summers.
Their opponents, a total combined weight of 447 pounds, Apollyon and Psycho Sean Dahmer, the Straight Jacket Mafia.
The unstable straitjacket mafia, Apollyon, Psycho Sean Dahmer. Personally, I think as far as Dahmer goes, the whatever asylum he came from.
Absolutely not. And these two haven't necessarily been on the same page, but it looks like over the last couple of matches they've had, they might be kind of bringing themselves full circle and getting back together. We're about to find out, Joe. Joe, what is that? Joe, what's happening here? I can't even say anything about this. Hopefully this will do it, Joe. Hopefully this will do it. Oh! He's out. Just roll him over. Get it over with. There we go, Dahmer. He must have heard me. Wow. Wow. They're definitely on the same page. We just don't know what book they're reading. I don't even know which one of those guys was which. Rick Rumsky, Vinny Viagra, what's his name? Like you said, don't even worry about it. Wow. Yeah, I think that was kind of a message to teams like the franchise players that said, hey, you're not trumping us.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, soon to be making his way toward the ring, from the Adirondacks, weighing in at 163 pounds, Manton!
Well, Buck, I know you have a lot of very poignant and possibly inappropriate opinions on this individual, and certainly after we found out this was putting off everything he wants, and not even worrying about it. A.K.A. referee Bobby Williams.
Yeah, Joe, opinions are like assholes, and this guy is one.
Take long. Again, we apologize to all the fans.
You may be right. And hopefully we're fixing our technical difficulties now.
Technical difficulties in PWX? No.
As Bobby Williams puts on the Manus hood.
Bobby Williams is a walking technical difficulty.
He's a
That guy's
douchebag.
His opponent from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing 185 pounds, untouchable, Chris.
I did promise to keep it clean, Joe, so I won't use any four-letter
Yes,
words.
please. There are many
Douchebag is more than 4 letters.
Right, there are many derogatory words that are not TV-14 or TVMA. I'd appreciate if you would keep in your mind.
Okay, kids, if you need to know what that is, go ask your mom.
Chris LaRusso is on his way to the ring right now.
And I hope LaRusso beats the crap out of this guy.
I do too. To be completely honest, you can't call this objectively.
No.
Manus had the goal of ending this company's existence, putting us all out of a job.
Yeah, and he thought he did it. He thought he was the key. He was the hidden person in the locker room that nobody knew about. Well, he's been snaking people in the locker room for the 3 years he's been in the business.
And not surprising, he's hitting Chris LaRusso from behind. But you're right, Buff. We all thought there was a mole. For weeks and weeks and weeks, Scottie Gash said
Oh, big elbow.
But we never imagined there were two moles at the same time.
Yeah, and Manus, Bobby Williams, felt that he's the one that nobody knew about. And obviously, you know what, he was. Give him credit for that. He almost did what he set out to do. And there's a rake to the eyes of Chris LaRusso, who hasn't even got his vest off yet.
Manus sends LaRusso for the ride. LaRusso fighting for the pride of Pro Wrestling Express as Manus hits the outside in the early going. And certainly Manus, we know, he's got nowhere else to go. He's not going to compete up the road, so to speak. He is stuck in a PWX binding contract with a no-compete clause.
And that means that we won't hear about Bobby Williams refereeing at this promotion anymore either, will we?
Well, I would assume not. Well, you never know. He may have a separate contract for refereeing and wrestling. I'm not sure. But certainly he is here in PWX, and that's the big news because he felt this company disrespected him, walked all over him, and basically ruined his career, and now he's going to be forced to work here.
Absolutely, and he's going to get the respect he's earned from everyone here in PWX as well.
Look out.
Oh, it sounded like that chair broke.
Might have been LaRusso's skull. Referee lost all semblance of order here, but it makes you can't really question it. You can't blame him. This isn't just this is our lives, Buff, that this feud is based on.
And Jim Miller just wrote a check to the city of McKeesport for that chair. I'm sure he cares about that too, huh?
Manus has LaRusso back into the ring, and now continues to punish away on the untouchable one that at one point was the fastest rising star in Pittsburgh today.
Chris LaRusso now back to his feet with a little help from Manus. Snapmare takeover.
And here's what you gotta wonder. We saw a little bit of infighting earlier between Gash and Doe after Sterling defeated Gash in that best-of-3 series.
That's because it's all ego. These guys can't take the fact that they didn't win, so they're going to blame somebody else.
Well, the big question is, what's going to happen with this alliance now? We know they're not leaving. We know they're not going up the road, and we know they're basically powerless to hold this company hostage. Will Gash, Mantis, Ross, and Doe continue their alignment? They're really all each other has right now. They've alienated themselves from everybody else.
Yeah, how can they even turn to another friend in the locker room? Because they don't have any. You know, James Ross, his dad owns this freaking company. What's he going to do? You know, Shirley Doe, he's got no friends here and hasn't for 10 years. Where's he going to turn? Scottie Gash got him to come here. Those two, without each other, Shirley Doe's a man on an island.
As I said earlier, it seems like the punishment from the NWA East management, Sean Patrick and friends, towards Gash and company has not even begun yet. If they thought they were disrespected in their delusional minds before, it's about to get a whole lot worse.